I know, right? Like nothing like planning. Until it goes out the window. And he comes 3 weeks early, and I'm like, well, we didn't plan for 3 weeks early. So.
Dude, look at your hair.
It's like a
Got some hair going. Right.
And it's so curly. This is like combed down, trying. It's like an afro.
That's awesome. Wow. He is a little person.
Yeah, well, you know, some babies look like, they just look like weird babies, but you look like a little person.
I like the Seinfeld episode. The ugly baby, yeah.
Okay. So all new, obviously.
Oh, yeah. It's,
Have a
We're
seat.
going to do
Yes.
2 mics, 1 camera.
perfect.
This one is a little, you probably have to, sorry, I got a lump mic here. This comes out this way, but it doesn't extend as far.
Gotcha.
So you might have to lower this some so you don't bang your knees. Whoops, that's up, but you
Got
can
it.
figure that out. Just want to give you tips because I've hurt myself a lot.
You turned
sorry.
your watch volume off.
Yes, I did that yesterday, actually. I'm going to give you a little bit more shade there, buddy.
Does that work for you? Sorry for
Yeah, it's
trying it out
perfect.
yesterday.
This is our
Oh,
Third.
nice.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
so many
Yeah.
mistakes. I can't tell you how different all the equipment, everything is different.
Really?
Like, it's
And when, how
it's
long
like
were you
we've
guys in the
never
other
done this
studio?
before.
13 years.
Yes. So you're
Yeah.
like,
We were in the other place for 13 years, and so it's not just like it's not just in different places; it's different technology. And,
Right.
Oh my God.
is this area closer to where y'all live or a little further away?
It's taken me about the same amount of time.
Okay.
It's funny. It's actually further,
Same.
but it's less time.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the other one was further off. I come up I-77.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
off the
But it's
beaten.
further off.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's actually.
Nice.
It's funny. I live the closest, and it takes me longer to get here because I can't take the highway.
Oh, yep. So you have to take all this back road.
Right.
How far are you guys away from here?
2 minutes.
0.9 miles.
Yeah. right down the street. But,
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the red hallway.
Oh, you saw
I was
it?
cracking up at
You
that.
said, did you see their post about the hallway? I go, no, what's wrong with this hallway? I'm thinking like you're going to get like slimed when you
saw
walk
the
in or
security
something.
cam?
Yes. Oh, I was cracking up. I was like, that's something I would do.
Thank you. That makes me feel better. Thank you.
Not make
I
me-
think it's probably dry. It's good.
Yeah, no, what? I don't know if you saw there was follow up that showed before because I put my toe in it first
Uh-huh.
to see if it was sticky, and it wasn't. So I'm like, screw it, I'm going through it.
Did you see the hallway when you came in?
Yes,
That
the red one.
You can't miss it, right? So they kept messing it up or something, and because it's an epoxy that they put on the
Oh,
floor, it's a
Takes
lot of effort,
forever to
a
dry
lot of
too.
manpower and all that stuff. So they messed it up, and they had to do it like 2 or 3 times, and then our first morning, there was all this caution.
Hang on. Tell the real
This is
story.
the story. There was all this
The-
caution tape on both sides.
Hang on. You're missing one critical point. Monday night, there was an email that said it's okay to walk on it.
And all the tape had been removed, is what that email said. So when you came back in,
I'm like,
There was tape again.
tape
But
again.
he still thought, well, I saw the email, so I'll just do a toe touch and come in.
They're probably
Bradley and I were.
The email said you could walk on it. So
Thank you.
That's what he
That-
said.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was, yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
All right, well, let's see. So, mics, yeah. I think, and you can feel free to move that.
I think
That'll
that's
come
pretty
closer, that'll
good.
come closer.
These are nice.
Do we
Okay,
have
wide
audio?
shot.
Are we
Yep.
doing that?
Yep.
So,
I think can everybody hear us now? People talking about mics not on, but now that they're on, you guys should be able to hear us. Streaming.
Hello?
like in the old
Testing
setup,
one,
we had like old DVD cases and things propping up.
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
It was so janky.
Well, yes.
And like this one has got these are cameras over here. Like but we don't know
Oh,
how to
nice.
use half of it.
Right.
So
even
it's
notice
like,
that.
oh my God. All right. Well,
Right,
so
you guys are right here, so you stare in that one. Cool
Okay.
Beans will cut to
Okay.
you guys.
Can you see both of
we have to
us?
stare into it, don't we?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah, we can see both. of you. Here's
There
the-
it is.
Oh, look at that. That is.
Oh,
I'm seeing
there we
a
go.
shot Now that's a good one. Yeah,
Oh, it's delayed. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, it's not moving.
that's awesome.
Yep. And
You
so
can
they,
scoot it.
we can switch to wide shot.
Wow, huh?
Right?
What would they
Feel-
think of
I feel
next?
professional.
This is like 10-year-old technology, but we've never had it, so sweet. All right, so Arlie, we're going to record too,
Already rolling.
so that like tomorrow we can run back some of it. So, but we're live on social, so.
Nice.
All right, well, so we definitely, obviously, Bradley and Nikki Bozeman are here, and thank you guys, because I know
with this little dude. We've all been there. Man, it's hard, right? I mean, or is it? Is it not hard?
It's been a mix of both. Like, it's been surprisingly easy and surprisingly hard at the same time.
Depends on the hour.
Yeah, it does. But we've been so blessed. Like, he's such a great baby. He sleeps really well.
If he keeps telling people how good he
I know.
sleeps,
I keep knocking
I'm
on
gonna
wood every time.
Like,
You're gonna
yeah,
Wilcox.
I do night shifts, so
That is true.
That's where I can make those
He's jinxing
comments.
himself.
But yeah, probably.
Really?
But
Yeah.
he's sleeping really well. So that's a big blessing. So he's been awesome. Like, he's been absolutely awesome. So, and she's been crushing it. So I mean,
Yeah, it's been good.
it's been good.
Well, so obviously I want to get to Panthers. I want to get to the Bozeman Foundation, but I think the parent stuff is so awesome to me, because it's like, what can you, when you went into this, what did you not know that you have figured out? Is there anything that, like, you were like, oh, I never thought about how this was going to go?
Yeah.
Any of those moments for you?
I feel like people really hype you up for like delivery, and then they're like, oh, it's going to be hard, it's going to be this and that. I'm like, people need to talk about the first 2 weeks after you have the baby. I'm like, that is the struggle bus.
Right.
But it's just like that 2 weeks, especially as first-time parents. I feel like when you have another kid, you'll be like, oh, that means they're fine. Or like, but at first you're like, what are they doing? Why are they crying? Like, what does that mean?
Right.
And so that first 2 weeks, we both looked at each other. We were like sitting on the bed, and we go, this crap is hard. And you just had that, like, we were like crying, and then we're like, all right, you know what? We got this. We're going to make it. He's still alive. It's going to be fine. But that, like, and that's what all my friends are having babies now. I'm like, look, get over the first 2 week hump. Your hormones are crazy. You're going to be pissed at each other. Just when you're not, tell each other you love each other. It's going to work out, and then you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And just to correct you, because I think my wife is watching, she runs a nonprofit for postnatal mental health and mom, and making sure she's okay. It lasts a lot longer than 2 weeks.
Yes.
It can be
100%.
2 years, so.
And it depends on the person. Like,
Yes.
some people, it's like they come out and they're like, yeah, postpartum's easy. I'm like, okay, don't say easy.
Right.
Talk to
And then
me.
some people are like years. Like, I still have friends that are like, yeah, we're still in the thick of it. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's totally different per person. So
Well, and
yeah,
it depends
I agree.
on it. You never know. I don't want to bring the room down, but our first one was fairly easy, and then after the second one, my wife had horrible, had to be medicated type of postpartum stuff. So,
and it's
but the
crazy
first
how
one
it
was easy.
changes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what that is or how,
Yeah.
but so
Yeah.
hopefully they all go this well, right?
Yeah,
Still
hopefully.
knocking.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And yes,
knock
and
on all the woods.
Another funny thing, I think it's been like our moms, like how they raised us and the things that they did back then.
Oh, yeah.
And then now they're totally different. They're like, well, just put him on his stomach. It's like, no, don't put him on you can't put him on his stomach.
Right.
And it's
Like,
like, just
swaddle him.
Our
Don't
kid survived.
swaddle
He's
him.
fine.
Just
Like,
give him a cigarette.
Put whiskey in the bottle. I'm like, Mom, easy.
there's been so many that are so funny. Like, just the bath time. The first bath was, looking back, it was one of the
I
funniest
wish we
things
would have
ever.
like filmed it. It would have been on
It
America's
was like
Funniest Home
my
Videos.
mom going, her mom going. It's like, well, you need to do this. We need to do
The
this. do
water's
this, do
too
this,
hot.
do
You're
this.
gonna get this wet. Don't do that. I'm
And
like,
finally, we just had to go away. Just
Yeah.
leave. Let us figure this out.
So there's all these old wives' tales about, like, you stick your elbow in it or you do a finger in it to tell how hot the water is supposed to,
Okay.
like, all those sorts of
Yeah.
things. Everybody has their own.
and then like he'll
thing.
scream if it's too cold, and like I'm like, I thought that was warm, and then you'll make it warmer, and he'll be perfectly fine. I don't know. Like,
We
figuring
actually
it
were
out.
talking about this on the show today when you were a new parent and you had a kid and you thought something was wrong with them and you didn't know, is something really wrong? Do I go to the hospital? Do I call somebody?
Right.
One of them was it a 2-year-old
Yes.
who, as the caller described it, was excited for a long time. And they were like, it was a boy, obviously, and something's wrong. They took him to the emergency room.
Hey, yeah.
And everything was fine, apparently, although we never heard.
What was the resolution?
What did they do something?
Right.
Or did they just say, let it go? It'll be
Right.
fine? Like, I don't know the answer. So,
I remember our friends, they had in Nashville, they had like a premature baby. So they were like thinking he was cold all the time. So they put him in fleece onesie, fleece swaddle. And then he was like running a temperature because they can't really regulate that early. So he was like 100, like 102 temp. And they're like, he's dying. Like, we got to go now. So they got to the emergency room. They're like, his temp is 98 too. Like, what's wrong with him? And they're like, oh. Oops. They're like, did you have him in a fleece swaddle? They're like, well, yeah, he sleeps in fleece pajamas. And they're like, don't do that. Just usual like cotton, all that material. So they're like, you just get there sometimes and you're like, oh. But then sometimes you get there and they're really sick, so you just never know.
Right. You have to try, right? You can't, if you ignore it and then you're like, oh my God.
And then, right.
My kids had 37 days in intensive care, so it was normal to have all these medical professionals to where you could be like, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then the day we brought them home, it was like, where'd everybody go?
Excuse me, come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a doctor on call.
You're on your own.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, first, congrats, because it's only been a month. Is he a month old?
2 months.
2 months.
2 months
old.
yesterday. Yep.
I was looking back. The last time we saw you was December 16th.
Okay.
So it was a month later,
Yep.
I guess,
Because it was
essentially.
January 18th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
That is crazy. And since then, you got a new deal with the Panthers.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're so excited about it.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
It was great to be able to sign back here.
Yeah. I mean, I know everybody wanted you back here too.
Heck yeah! I mean, from the beginning, from us signing the Prove It deal last year, that was the main goal. The goal was to get re-signed here, to play here, to be here. We love the city, we love the team, we love from the top down. It's been absolutely amazing. So we're just so happy to be back here, and now we got little man here. He's get to see him on the field a few times, taking some pictures and stuff. So it'll be a really special year this year.
Yeah.
So you being a center, I mean, the Panthers are doing a lot. We saw that former Bengal just got brought in. Adam.
Hayden. Oh.
What am I talking about?
Hayden Hurst.
No, well, yes, but no, the quarterback.
Oh, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, that's
yep.
the guy.
Yep.
So when they bring a quarterback through, and this is probably a dumb question, but I'm good at dumb questions. Do they bring you in and like have you bend over in front of him and be like, "How do you feel about this? Are you gonna be all right with this?" Or do they have a picture of you bent over?
When they're actors, they do a screen test, right? How do they look? Like, does he put his hands there to see if they fit?
I mean, I know it's a dumb question, but it is sort of a unique. You and the quarterback have a unique relationship where he has to be comfortable and you have to know what he wants.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there are differences between guys, right?
Absolutely,
Quarterbacks
there
and
is. Yeah.
How you physically do what you do.
And audio-wise, right? Because you're listening to his cadence, and sometimes when he's changing the call, you have to listen to his inflection.
Right. There. I mean, there's a huge connection there that has to be made. Whoever the quarterback ends up being, but and all that usually gets worked through in OTAs in the beginning of training camp and that kind of stuff. And then by the time season gets here, you should be locked in, keyed into like whenever we're. I mean, there's time, last year looking back, it's like, hey, you want to flip this? Like just different things that you start picking up, and like some things that they don't see as well, and some things you don't see as well. So you kind of play off each other. You create that connection, that understanding of each other, and just work through it and figure it out.
Who's the quarterback that like makes them wear the like huge towel and everything?
Oh, that's Tom Brady.
Yeah, he
Full,
makes his center wears a
full-size
full size. Yeah.
like bathing towel.
Yeah.
On their like behind
in their
pants.
waistband for him. So he like dries his hands on that towel that he makes the center wear, which is like his preference. But Bradley's like, I mean, I wonder how that would go. But everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like, would the Lamar have anything crazy? I don't think he did.
No.
No.
We were
That's
in
right.
gun.
So yeah,
we were in gun the entire time we were there.
True.
So it was like there was
How
no
have I
under
never
center.
heard that about Brady? Wilcox gets sweaty hands, so Woody, you're going to have to start wearing a towel in your waistband.
That's how we
Great
do the
idea.
show. Yes.
I don't want
somebody
him though in that
Didn't
unpassive.
somebody said that? It was in college. And was it Jalen Hurts? He was like, "Man, why are you so sweaty?"
Who was that?
It was either Jalen or Tua, and
it was Jalen.
He was like, I think he was like motioning Saban, and he's like, "What?" And he goes, "We're gonna need a towel or something. I can't hold on to this ball."
There'll be times in training camp and stuff, and we're down in Spartanburg, and last year we're all us big guys, we sweat. It doesn't matter who you are, you sweat whenever it's
sweating
100
dinner.
degrees.
Everybody's sweating. It's
South
Spartanburg.
Carolina
Right,
in
exactly.
August, right?
And
yeah.
so we'll be going through the plays, and you notice a lot of the plays in the beginning of practice are under center. And then as you go, like you'll still see some of those same variations, but then they'll move to pistol, they'll move to guns. Like, guys, we're looking out for the quarterbacks. Like nobody wants to stick their hand down there.
The quarterback ought to have like a little holster with some like talcum powder and just
like the
Darn it.
climbers do, like when they're rock climbing, just a little bag on the side he can dip his hands
he
in.
just
Yeah, we-
pulls your pants back a little bit.
Oh no!
Whoa,
For the hand.
I'm thinking through all the options.
yeah.
We actually completely changed like bottoms when we're out there. Whenever it starts to get too sweaty, like they'll bring a towel over and like just kind of block us off, strip down, dry off, and put a new set on. So it's just, you got to figure it out because if that ball's wet, there's nothing happening.
Sweat on the balls.
kinds.
Sweat on the balls.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it because when you were at Alabama, you've had a couple of big time quarterbacks there who you've worked with.
Yep.
Gone on to have a lot of success.
Had
in the
Jalen
NFL
and had
too.
two also at the end of the end of my career, the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two great guys, great to work with. So
Can you guys like not at Alabama be good at everything? Because like
I
now
don't know, basketball.
you're the number
They
one
used to be
seed.
behind.
It's-
Now they're
it's just the standard.
okay, Saban.
Not that there's anything wrong, but those of us like who went to Arizona, for example, probably are going to have to play you guys at some point. And I do,
Yeah, sorry about that.
I do have Arizona beating Bama in the
Oh.
Elite Eight.
Why don't you go ahead and show them my bracket, winning the national championship,
Oh yeah, well, who was that?
Alabama.
Okay.
Woody's sucking up to you right now.
Yeah.
Have you guys filled out brackets, by the way? Do you
Not
do that?
yet.
I'm not.
I do. I love it.
I let her do it.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about
And
it.
I know the women are the 10 seed.
Yep.
I want to say Alabama
yeah.
women.
Yeah,
She
they
played.
did a good job.
Yeah.
They this season too. I still talk to Coach Curry all the time. She always checks in. But they've had great success. They've done a good job, like recruiting a good class, and they have a good group of girls. So it'll be fun to watch.
Do you get back and do any of that ever? Like just
I
hang?
try. Yeah, they're always like, come back, and I'm like, it's like, and what free time that we have back? I'm like, football, newborn. Like now we're looking for a house here, so I
Right.
don't know. It'll be
Charity
whenever I get
work.
back. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So that's the other cool thing is these guys, if you don't know, Bradley and Nikki have the Bozeman Foundation. So for somebody who doesn't know, give them the elevator speech about what that is.
You want me to go?
Go ahead. Yeah, you do a better job at it. So
She is
condensed
good,
version.
by
she
the
is
way.
good. She's
It's not
really
a
good.
knock on
I
you.
know
She's
she's
good.
good.
No, I'm like condense it as much as possible. So our foundation, we actually kind of started anti-bullying, have kind of switched a little bit gear since COVID into food insecurity. We have the Sync Snack program, which stands for supporting your neighbors and communities. And within that Sync Snack program, we have the 6x6 boxes of food, which contain, Chef Boyardee raviolis, Pop-Tarts, Oreos, cereal, milk, things kids like really want. And those boxes on the front have our caricatures with the police officers and the kids, and on the back there's QR codes for GED programs, free tutoring, free summer camps, mentorship programs for the kids, additional food support, and it's all local for their area, so it gives them extra resources. And then these boxes are put in the back of squad cars, and these police officers are able to use these boxes as an olive branch to give to the kids without needing anything in return, hoping to kind of mend that divide in this not just this city, but every city, and kind of put a different perspective on that relationship. So these boxes allow them to get to know the kids, get to know their name, and then the kids get to see a different side of the officer that, they can give them food and need nothing in return. And we get emails all the time from the QR codes on the back of the boxes from either kids asking for more boxes, talking about the officers, like loving that they came to visit them. And then the officer side, they said they have seen such an uptick in kids coming to, it's called PAL. It's their like after school program area that's free. It's like $50 a week, I think, or they can get sponsored. But they come, they get like lunch, dinner, they get tutoring, and they've seen such an uptick because the kids come in just asking for a box and then they convince them to stay. So it's been really, really cool. So we, one of the officers just emailed me that last week. He's like, we're going to need more boxes because these kids just keep coming off the streets, which is like so cool. And that's what we want the program to be. So, and it's a testament to all of our partners. We have this huge partnership with Jersey Mike's, which I think we'll talk about in a minute. But,
Sure.
But yeah, it's just been a testament to Charlotte, the volunteers, the different companies that have just like dove headfirst and allowed us to really like give back as much as we can.
Yeah, the Jersey Mike's thing. I mean, we've all talked about this over the years. They do this month of giving, and in every different city, locally, they choose a charity to team up with. And so for the month, you get something from sales, and then on the day of giving, you get every penny of sales.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for you guys this time.
I know. You can go ahead.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's gonna be really cool. I think it's the 29th.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the last Wednesday of the month.
Yep.
And then you can either round up your bill from, here until the 29th, the whole month, or there's like a monetary donation when you go in. But the 29th, like every single dollar. So like if you buy a $5 sub, $5 is given to the foundation, which is incredible.
That's unheard of.
Last year they gave over $250,000 to their partner. And like you equate that to we're about $5-6 a box. Like that's like millions of kids that are being able to be reached with this partnership. Like, I don't think people understand that, like, that level of impact they're having. So it's just so cool. And they've dove headfirst. We've, Roger and Nick and those guys that own those franchises. I mean, I talk to them like weekly, and they're just like, what can we do? How can we help? How can we get this more involved? So it's just a testament to Jersey Mike's and the guys that are over there. They've been so amazing to work with, and it's been like a great partnership.
Yeah, we know Nick a little bit too because we like food, and so
yeah.
he's been great. He's been great to us, and I'm so glad that he, saw you guys as such a worthy cause because it is. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what other company does? Like, no one does that.
I've never heard. I mean, you have that like grant process of like filling out all this application, doing all this stuff. I've never heard of a company like diving in head first. Like, we just want to help. We don't need anything in return. You guys are a great cause, and we want to help.
Or you hear that a portion of the proceeds,
right?
or
And
this
then you're
or
like,
that.
how much? Like a penny or what?
Right.
You know?
And Jersey Mike's is like, here you go.
The whole thing, and it's not like one store.
Right.
It's
The
all
whole-
these
across the
stores.
country.
Yeah, it's in the U.S. and then North Carolina, and then everyone chooses their own. So like we have friends in Baltimore, like all those franchises choose a nonprofit to be able to donate to. I don't know. It's so cool.
It is amazing. And I know the Panthers have been pretty good to you guys too, like
they've
support
been
and
awesome.
all that.
I mean, just from the very jump, giving us the contacts, giving us the people to be in touch with. I think they got us in touch with Kay Carter at Second Harvest. They've been an unbelievable franchise and partner, and that doesn't happen everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere isn't as supportive as they are of us, and it's just, I can't speak enough about David and Nicole Tepper and how grateful we are to them and how they give back to this community, to every foundation within the Panthers organization, players wise, and it's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of such a great organization that really does try to make an impact in their community as well.
And I think like a lot of people can write checks. A lot of owners write checks, which is awesome, needed 100%. But you see them in the community. Like I see Nicole interacting with all the kids during Christmas, and you see those things, and they're in it, and he's there every day. Mr. Tepper sitting down in the food area, like, hey, how can we make this better? What do you guys need? What about a bigger this? What about a better that? Like, how can we do this better? Which some owners in different programs are like, yeah, own the team, cool, I'm gonna go to Hawaii. Like, that's just, and that's okay, that's their prerogative, but it speaks volumes to David and Nicole for like their head first in. And as a player, like it starts from the top down, and that's who you want to play for. You want to play for an organization that has owners like that are in it every day.
Well, and they're in it too for the team. I mean, they've made so many moves in the last 2 weeks or something.
You can tell they're serious.
They're really going for it.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. I mean, they've added some serious weapons on offense, some great guys on defense.
Coaches.
Some amazing coaching hires.
Yeah.
I mean, they've put together a staff. I don't know if I've ever seen a better staff.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this year. So
we'll trading up for number one.
I know. I hate we lost DJ. DJ, amazing guy, amazing man. But they're and sometimes you have to lose a little to gain a little. So but we're excited about it. So
yeah, so are we. I can't wait. So I was thinking about this morning. I don't know how this should make you feel good, because at some point he's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and there'll be the day when he realizes what you do for a living, and he'll be like, are you famous? It'll be that sort of moment when your kid has that about you. Today, or last night, I guess, I told my son, I'm like, Bradley Bozeman's coming in tomorrow with his wife, and he was like, what? He was so, like, couldn't believe it. And it was great because he thought that was cool. And then he thought, wow, is my dad cool too? Because he's going to have Bradley Bozeman come in. So it was a good moment for both of us. Because he thought you were cool. And then he thought, maybe my dad's cool because he's going to have him
Absolutely.
on. Absolutely.
If you're listening, yes, he is cool.
Joe, that is 100% a lie.
It took him 16 years to get to that point.
Yeah, he is not a kid. He's 16. But,
okay, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
But it takes a while. This guy doesn't look cool, right away. So
we love it. Even people that come up in the grocery stores and like in the airport, people tweet at me like, hey, I saw you at the airport, but I didn't want to say hey. I'm like, always come up and say hi. Like, that's our favorite part, you know? It just makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, hey, they put a name with a face and like they just want to say hi. We love it. Like, even if we're like at dinner, we love it. Every moment that people come and say hi, because as an offensive lineman, I mean, that doesn't always happen. You know, it's the quarterbacks, it's the wide receivers. And as an O lineman, to walk through a crowd and people are like, that's him. I don't know. I think that's so cool
really
every
cool.
time. So, yeah.
That is awesome. Well, there's going to be a lot more of it, no question about it.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully you guys are here for a long time. So,
Yeah, we hope so.
So everybody, I mean, I'm sure there are other ways that people can help with the foundation, right? Just Google Bozeman Foundation. You'll find them on social and all that.
Yep, I think it's bozemancharity.com is the actual website. It'll take you right to our link. All the information on there, and then we're also on both of our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then the foundation has its own stuff too.
And you
So
guys are
it's-
really active. I tag you in a bunch of stuff, and you guys are right there.
Yeah, Nikki crushes it. I mean, I'm not as good as she is, but she crushes it.
I show him all the important things, and he's like, "Oh, that's really cool." And I'm like, "You just need to be like a little bit more active there, buddy."
It's
But
weird.
he's
I
like,
see
have you.
Wilcox and I in your relationship.
Which one am I?
You are Nikki, and I am Bradley.
All right. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's good. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
He shows me stuff. I'm like, I had no idea I would do something like that.
Like, oh, okay, I'll go hit the retweet. Like,
That's
Yeah.
right.
Speaking of that, I saw on social that you guys went out last night to do. Did you do some celebrating?
Yes, we
Yes.
went to Divine Barrel, had beers, and like I just tweeted the night before, like, "Hey, we're gonna go grab some beers." There was like over 100 of people there, and everyone was just hanging out, drinking beers. I mean, it was just fun, and we had a lot of fun. There was a good amount of media that showed up too, which was like it was good, but it was unexpected.
I don't know if
so-
you know, you're a pretty big deal.
I don't know. I mean, it was cool. I
and,
thought it was fun.
and then John G's was there.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh, have you guys ever had John G's?
No.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Are you kidding me?
No, I've
You've
heard of it, but
never
I haven't had it.
Okay,
It is
It's on the
so
list.
yeah,
unbelievable.
people were like tweeting at me like, "Oh, this is John G's barbecue." I'm like, "Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll try it." I will like hand on the Bible. You can ask him.
It was
Bradley,
the best. They
we're
brought
from
out
Alabama.
3 trays of beef and sides and dessert. and
His
just put them down
brisket
in
is
front.
what he
I
was famous for.
Okay.
Oh my! It's the best brisket I've ever had. Best
It's the best
barbecue
barbecue
altogether
we've ever had.
Ever had.
Oh
It was
my-
so good.
They were awesome, and they only have really a food truck. They have a solo location. They're only open on Saturdays, and people wait hours to get in on Saturdays.
Really?
And so the line for that food truck, people waited an hour in line just to get barbecue at that food truck at the brewery. So
Wow.
I mean,
That's amazing,
They
'cause
are good.
It's really good.
We're in barbecue country, so
Yes,
if
it's good.
all right.
And I think of Carolina as being pulled pork when you think about
Right.
barbecue.
Yeah. Yep.
How does that compare like for Alabama? Is it you guys get pulled pork down there too?
Yeah,
or-
we do. There's good barbecue down there. I would say I'm gonna get accosted on Twitter and everything. but I would say Carolina barbecue is better than Alabama barbecue, in my opinion. And I like the vinegar base. Like I'm a big
Same.
vinegar base
Yeah.
guy. So
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the white sauce.
yeah,
Is white sauce
that's Alabama.
white sauce? Is
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I like the same, like the savory vinegary.
Yeah, they say that the vinegary is an eastern North Carolina
Okay.
sort of thing, and then South Carolina is mustard based,
Okay.
and then Western Carolina is more what you think of traditional
Ketchup
Like
base.
barbecue sauce
Yeah.
type of thing. But yeah,
So
It's
good.
good
You
stuff.
guys got to try it.
all right,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we will.
Yeah.
All right,
And you got to try Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
Jersey Mike's,
Yes.
especially on the 29th.
Yes.
It's 29th. I know. Every time we pass it, I'm like, huh, Jersey Mike's. And
My favorite sub shop.
Yeah. I'm like, we'll be like randomly driving home on like a road trip, and it's like we're just weird, and then we're like, oh, it's like I Spite Jersey Mike's. There it is. So we always stop in. It's so good too. God, it's so good.
is so
And
good.
we've started going like so often. I'm like, I need to like pare it down a little bit. Like, no, it's awesome. They
I'll
have
wait till
such
OTAs.
good
You
food.
got time. You got time.
Post baby, I'm like, I probably need to get working out, not eating so much Jersey Mike's, but it's okay.
it's too good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Well, congrats on everything. Don't be a stranger. We just wanted to get you in and talk about all this stuff going on, and so excited you guys are around for a while.
Yeah, we're
Us
pumped.
too. We're
Yeah.
so excited. So
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
thank y'all.
Perfect.
Now, do we need to get stuff for that makes it sound like tomorrow, or when are you gonna run something like?
So, I mean,
Like
all of this was
liners?
live on social, and we still probably are right now. But then we recorded the rest just audio, and so we'll just grab